Oh, what's up, legends? Just dropping accessories left, right, and center. Today, I wanted to share with you the best GoPro accessories for 2022. Obviously, we're talking about the elephant in the room, which is the GoPro Creator Edition, which is comprised of this, the GoPro Volta. I'm holding that thing right now as I'm vlogging. It's also got the media mod on top and a little Zeus light. These accessories are so heavy. I'm putting that down. I will be giving away that entire box of goodies to one lucky subscriber of this channel. But I also wanted to chat through some of the other accessories that I think are must-haves. Let's get stuck into today's video. Round and round and round and round again. Currently got the Zeus light on the first strength. That can jump up to the second strength or the third strength. Which, you know, compositionally, that's not a bad shot. Mirror's a bit dirty. Anyway, this sort of shows you how versatile this unit is if you're interested, if you're vlogging at night. Turn that off, you notice how different it is, how much light impacts your shot when you're vlogging. These are things that we talk about all the time in our action camera masterclass. And if you're interested, links, top link in the description. The Volta, the brand new Volta, which I currently don't have plugged in. But the setup is pretty neat. The benefit to having this setup is you've got improved audio, you've got a remote, so if you want to set this up or set your camera up somewhere over here and use the Volta to fire it, like you've got that. You've also got the light, so you can vlog when it's dark or when the light fluctuates. You also have the media mod, so that's enhancing the audio. Oh, let's turn the light on. Let's get some better lighting here. There we go. Volta has some pros and cons. Pros, giving you extra battery life for those of you that want to vlog. The cons, in my opinion, are accessing the content. Now, the reason why I say that is because if you want to access the SD card, you've got to pull this off, you know, push the prongs down, you got to take the media mod off, and then you can get to the SD card. So, not such of a problem for those of you that are going to be doing Wi-Fi transfers to your phone. Let's turn this light down. But this is showing you the versatility of having lighting, right? If we were just talking to camera like this, or if I was talking to camera like this, it's a bit dark. So personally, I do think that the GoPro Volta and the Creator Edition is a neat setup. I think it's super practical for those of you that are interested in creating outdoor vlogs, or just, you know, you're getting into vlogging, you want to do some adventures, so you can take the GoPro underwater, but you can also do this kind of stuff. Talk to camera, share your adventures through this type of style. Storytelling. Let's get out of the bathroom and let's have a chat through these things. The dome is the dome. So I've got a bunch here that I want to talk you through. In my opinion, again, this is my opinion, you've got these two options. The Telesen, it's like 49 bucks off Amazon. You pop it in like this, you get your GoPro. This is the Hero 10. You pop it in, you shut the back door, you clip it up, and away you go. That is it. So I'll show you that's the setup, right? You connect it there, you got two prongs there. It's all plastic. The design is fairly cheap. It also reflects in the price. The alternative, or the other option, now there are other companies out there that do it, but the ones that I'm talking about are just the ones that I've tried and tested from GoPro. Now GoPro, I think, have been around for a long time, and they have a range of options. They've got this one, which is like, this one I got for my Hero 4 or 5. Back in the day, I think Hero 5. This design, this twist back, right? So you've got these two little pins. You take the front screen off. Now I'll show you, because you can actually do it with Hero 10. You pop this off like that. That bit comes off. And then, see how sort of rusty as well my GoPro is? Then you pop this on. So obviously this was designed for like the GoPro Hero 4, so it's different, but GoPro do sell it. Okay, so there you go. You see what's happening there. GoPro do sell this for the GoPro Hero 10. Then you would get this thing and you would screw this back on, and that's the way that it would work. Now, this setup, in my opinion, is the best. Now, the reasons why I think it is the best is because, one, you still have access to the back panel. When you put it in here, you don't have access to the back panel, so whilst you're in the water, you know. Now, if you are using a dive case with the GoPro, that's obviously not gonna work, because you can't screw it on. So having access to the back panel is fundamental, I think, when you want to change settings underwater. Problem is, it is a little bit more, you know, like, it's a little bit more unpractical when you're setting it up, because you're obviously pulling apart your GoPro, you're connecting to this. However, some of the other benefits to this are less light refraction and less just crap in the actual shot. Like, sometimes you'll see, once you set up a dome, you'll see like, oh, it just seems so simple, but when you actually go to do it, you'll notice that the content is actually harder to get because you've got light that you're playing around with. Sometimes you get these refractions, and in your shot, it's like, it's messy, it's noisy, it just doesn't look good. So this, I think, avoids any kind of light hitting the lens because essentially it's going straight into the camera sensor. Something that I don't like, and I will mention, is G-Dome's attempt with the mobile version. Now this, it's like, this one is just, you have this piece of foam and you cut this to whatever device you want to put into the G-Dome. It's great for those of you that are using smartphones, but from a GoPro perspective, I've never had any success with the mobile because I just get all the light refractions in the dome and it's just never been good. So this solves that problem. It connects direct. I would recommend that dome for those of you that are serious about doing like underwater content. You just want a quick fix, something you can go out and get. I go with this one, the Teleson. That's just set and forget. I think it's gonna rain. That is probably one of the must-have accessories for those of you that are loving shooting a lot of underwater content. That is a great accessory. It does really go well with GoPro content, and it's not something that GoPro sell on their website. This is one of the questions that I'm constantly getting asked, and that is in regards to dive cases. Now you'll notice at the bottom of this GoPro, see that? See all that corrosion that's happening under there? You see all that white gunk under there? You see how this little pin here is also corroding? That is happening because I'm not properly looking after the GoPro. And what I mean by that is like, I'm diving with it and then I'm not cleaning it out properly after going into salt water. So something that I do recommend now, if you are concerned about the GoPro, like you'll see that's also rusted out under there. If you are super concerned about the GoPro's like lifespan and you really want to take good care of it, then yes, I would recommend getting the dive case that the GoPro sits in, just for any time you're in the salt water. But that being said, it's not necessary. You can get around it by just properly cleaning it. So yeah, I've been just giving it a clean today, but there's still so much salt under there, and this is literally the same on every single one of my GoPros at the moment, both underneath this cap. Obviously camera still functions, still great, but I do recommend the GoPro dive case. So I have just tried to order one this morning off the website, so when that arrives we can talk about that. Things that I don't use and don't recommend. Now if you are getting the GoPro Volta, if this is like, you know, really piques your interest and you're like, you know what, I'm actually just gonna go ham on get the creator edition, there is no need to get a remote. This is something that I picked up with the GoPro Hero 10 when we bought the GoPro Hero 10 in Greece last year, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get the remote because I want to take some photos where I set the camera up and I can fire the trigger. In actual fact, never used it. Actually never used the remote. So that's something that I don't recommend unless you specifically know exactly why you want to use it. Otherwise, there's ways around it. Like in our last video, linked up here, where we talk about shooting in time-lapse photo or shooting in burst photo. Time-lapse photo mode is a way to get around using a remote. You can just set the camera up on the tripod, fire photos on at a half-second interval, and bam. Choose your favorite one, jump in the shot, play around, you get the picture. Definitely check that video out if you are more interested in exactly how to do that, because that video explains. But yeah, if you're getting, you know, if you're wanting a selfie stick, a battery charger, and a tripod, and a remote, then that's where the GoPro Volta comes in hand. I guess it sort of fills the gap between a bunch of accessories. So, but yeah, if you're new to GoPro or you're upgrading to the Hero 10, this whole setup I think is fantastic. I'm also using at the moment this little, I'll show you, I'm using this little magnetic clip, and I was just like clipping that on to the chair there and then talking, clipping that onto the chair. So there we go. That is actually a pretty handy accessory. Now that, there we go. I've spoken about that accessory before. If you've watched any of these accessories videos that I've ever made, I think it's a pretty handy accessory if you're doing something like this outdoors. You know, you're making a vlog, you're talking about accessories. If you want something a little bit more sturdy, there's this proper grip. I think I've never really used this effectively, but you can also mount whatever you want to it. think it's raining. This is even more enjoyable. We're doing this video in the rain. Dedication. ND filters, always ask the question about ND filters. These ones from Ulanzi, I think are pretty handy. They're pretty cheap. And so this is like an ND64. It just sits directly over the GoPro lens like that. And that way, even if it's mounted, you don't have to worry about pulling the thing off, pulling the cap off. You just pop it on over and away you go. The most specific use case that I would recommend is if you're wanting to capture motion blur. Now, in that instance, you're shooting at 24 frames a second, you're putting on the ND filter, it's super bright light, and you know, you're able to get nice motion blur. Whether you want to take photos and you're shooting on a burst, you're on a skateboard, you put the ND filter on, you're gonna get some motion in the shot. Any other time, I just recommend playing with the EV comp in the settings. So either bump the EV comp up if it's super overcast like today, or notch the EV comp down if it's super bright. However, if you're really meticulous about the way that you want your image to look, then yes, you can play around with some ND filters. Does the ND filter work? Does this thing look good? How's this looking? You know, you just like, oh, there, you're playing around with that, and oh, thing it's looking, you get back and it looks rubbish. Don't worry about all this junk. Just all you should really worry about is going out, having heaps of fun, making sure that you know how to set the camera up. You don't know how to set your camera up, I highly recommend you click that top link and check out our Action Camera On Demand Masterclass. We're here to help you. We will help you through it. Then you can buy yourself some ND filters. Dual battery charger. I just ordered one of those. I had it for the Hero 8. I've got 4 batteries here. This is so annoying when you have to plug the GoPro in and just charge one battery at a time like that. So getting the dual battery charger, you can just plug 2 in at a time, bam, those are done. It's so much more efficient than having to plug and charge one at a time. I haven't yet upgraded to the new ones. That's why I've ordered one this morning. Yes, let's pop this on. Okay, I've just whacked on the Max lens mod. Now, one of the main use cases for this accessory is this, the Horizon Lock. You might ask, like, okay, but what about, come on, we can just use Super View, right? Oh, look at this freaking butterfly. Oh my God, it's a Cairns Bird's Wing butterfly. Look at this butterfly. Oh, that is a freaking beauty. Oh, look at him go. So big. Look how big he is. That and a Ulysses. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is literal butterfly heaven. A Ulysses and a Cairns Birdwing. Wow. Oh my God, he's over here. Look at the colors. Oh, blue. There he is. There he is. Oh, he's so pretty, and he's so big, and he's so hungry, and he wants all that nectar. Probably not the right lens to be shooting this butterfly on. There they are. Oh, this is literal butterfly heaven. I'm turning the GoPro, as you can see my arms moving and the horizon is straight. So now we're shooting in Super View, and obviously now when I turn the camera, everything turns. So that's one of the main benefits to getting this Max lens mod. You know, if you're mounting your camera, you're doing any sort of action sports where you want to keep that horizon locked, that's how you do it. Something I use all the time is these suction cap mounts. This one's from PGY Tech. Big fan of them. They're just ball and socket little mounts. Also really, really helpful if you want to create any kind of like mount of the camera doing something. So in this instance, you know, I could mount a GoPro like this, and then I could put a selfie stick here like this. You know, I can screw that in there, and I can get that locked off shot of me filming the camera. You know, so like whenever you see a GoPro commercial, like the GoPro commercial for this, they were using this setup. So they were using like one of these to put the, you know, selfie stick in here. And it's kind of cool, you know, it's like you're holding and it's showing you the perspective of the camera. I'm gonna get out of the rain because one of you guys' stuff is getting really, really wet, or is about to get wet. Huge thank you to GoPro for supporting and being absolute legends. There's a couple more accessories that I want to chat through, but I'm just not going to do it in the rain. What's up?
Hi.
Hey. Bit brighter. Yeah, that's just the Zeus light mod, just doing its thing. Super simple, just really great for mounting your GoPro in a portrait. As you can see, there we go, we've got the GoPro mounted. I did share that one in our recent photography video on Fitzroy Island, but that's just a simple little mount. I do recommend having one of them. And last but not least, in this bag of goodies, just a dual mount. Really good if you're going diving and you want to put the light mod on one side, you know. However, what I will say in regards to diving, this light wasn't the best when we went diving. So if you are doing deep diving, proper scuba diving, the door's about to slam. If you're doing proper deep diving, and I recommend getting a specific dive light. These ones are functional, in the surface level, like 2 to 5 meters, but it wasn't great. I took it diving in the Whitsundays and it kept turning off. So great for this, great for, camping, vlogging, setting it up, having a light on you, having a spare light, but not great for under the water, even though it is waterproof. So for those of you that want to participate in the giveaway, it's super simple. The second link of this video is a form. All you have to do is fill that form out. It's just a competition page. And yeah, we're gonna choose, randomly generate one of those emails to send the camera to. It's open worldwide. We're covering the shipping, everything. It's gonna be sent out to you and you can go create some epic videos. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Drop us a comment, punch the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace!